Group D. So, Kev, the French, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia. Can France go on and win back-to-back titles after their 2018 World Cup success in Russia? What do you think? All the way?
They can. They've got great quality. But there are big question marks as well, and they're mainly to do with injury, because N'Golo Kante's not there, Paul Pogba's not there, and he was hugely important when they won the World Cup in Russia. There are issues about Karim Benzema. How fit is he? There is a bit of nervousness about the fact that he's been really in and out with Real Madrid this season because of muscle injuries. But they also have match winners. I mean, they have Kylian Mbappe, who's in great form if you look at his performances for Paris, even though we're led to believe he's deeply unhappy all of the time and is desperate to leave. He's been banging in the goals, and that suggests that he's not entirely unsettled. So great quality there. I like the fact that he's taken Giroud, because I think Giroud is a player that has done so well for Milan and is scoring big goals in important games. I mean, he showed up at the end of their bid for the league title in Italy last season. So I still think he's an important player. I think it could still be a good tournament for Griezmann as well, because he had this really weird situation with Atletico Madrid where they couldn't play him until the last half hour of games. So it was ridiculous. And finally they got over that, and he's been playing well for Atleti. So
they might go close.
They've got this group, I think, apart from Denmark. That's going to be the key to who wins the group. And
Denmark,
if France were to win the group, that obviously makes things easier, because then they get whoever's the runner-up from Group C, so possibly Poland.
But maybe a game against England to follow.
Yes, and that I think is going to be a game that England can win. I wouldn't put France massively above them now because of the injuries they've got, and because of the fact that Didier Deschamps is junking a formation that he's used for quite a long time, and they think he's going to revert to a back four and think he's going to try and come to something close to what won them the World Cup in the first place.
Well, I mean, winning consecutive World Cup titles, history tells us it doesn't happen very often. To be honest, Martin, Brazil, the last ones to do it in 1962. But what chance do you give the French, Martin?
Well, I think actually Mbappe's pace will be too much for England, and Griezmann as well. I think they'll come into form. I think their calibre of player is quite outstanding. I do feel that England, though, will be better, so this could be one of the games of the tournament.
Yeah.
It really is I think
it'd be close. If those two did come up against each other in a quarter-final, I think it would be close.
Whoever wins that makes the final.
And then it comes down to injuries again. This is going to be a really big part of this tournament, because they've been playing relentlessly week upon week, trying to squeeze in all these Champions League games. You're going to get muscle injuries. You get those at any World Cup and any major tournament.
Yeah.
But I think that accumulated fatigue is going to be an issue.
So France and Denmark, you think, to emerge?
Yeah, Denmark are a really interesting side. We saw that at the Euros. Got a brilliant coach in Kasper Hjulmand, who's become this kind of national celebrity in Denmark. People are trying to, always trying to book him for leadership talks and things like that. He's become quite the celebrity there.
Really?
But look, he deserves that in the sense that he had an underwhelming club career, but has done a really, really good job with Denmark. They've got a really good structure. Eriksen, we know, is a game changer. We've seen that time and time again, not just at international level, but club level as well.
Yeah.
Got some really good young attacking players as well. So they're a good
capable
side.
of an upset, Denmark, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can they win it?
I don't think they can win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if... I mean, again, the problem they've got is if you come out in that group as runners-up...
Who's next?
You go slap bang into Argentina.
Sure. So, Kevin, Group E, and I'm looking at that, Spain. A lot of people tell me this lunchtime, watch Spain, dark horses. Costa Rica, I remember them. Scotland, every Scot in the land remembers them. Germany and Japan. What's going to happen out of that? We're looking at Spain and Germany.
Yeah, I think so. Japan have got ironically, some good players playing in Germany at the moment. The likes of Daichi Kamada, who's had a really good season with Frankfurt, done well in the Champions League. I would worry about them defensively, maybe. Costa Rica will be very defensive, I think. That's what they will attempt to do. They'll try and dig in. Spain, I think, there are no big surprises with Spain, in the sense that you look at what they did at the Euros, incredibly good in possession.
Yeah.
But you wonder about how much of the attacking burden is with Morata. Now, I think what's really interesting about them is that Luis Enrique made a very late decision to include Ansu Fati. And Ansu Fati scored in the friendly they had against Jordan. not Simon, obviously. That would have been unfair.
Exactly.
If they'd have all played against Simon, it would have been close, though.
Yes.
And if he's fit, and he was out for a long, long time, and he's come back and he's been eased in by Barcelona, he's had some really good performances for them, but he's a player that could actually make a big difference.
Wow.
All the youngsters,
though.
though. When you say Xavi as well, or Gavi.
Well, you've got Gavi, you've
Who's
got
the new
Pedri.
Xavi?
Yeah, they're terrific. I mean, they're
Wonderful talent. Is it too soon for them?
No, I don't think so. I think Pedri, you look at the way that he rose to the challenge in the Euros.
Brilliant.
He was absolutely tremendous. And you look at the way they performed against Italy, it was fine margins. They just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah.
Morata, I think, we know, when he's on form, he's such a confidence player. If he starts well and he's scoring goals, then it might be a great tournament for him. But if the demons resurface and he misses a few in the group stage and they start slowly, then it's a more tricky one. But they don't pull any punches. They play the way they play. They take risks. You'll see that with Unai Simon, the goalkeeper. A lot of people have said, why is David De Gea not even in the squad? I think the simple reason for that is his ability with the ball at his feet. It's as simple as that. He needs to have a goalkeeper that can really play, and you'll see that with Unai Simon.
So Group F, and I'm looking at Belgium, Canada, Morocco and Croatia. Oof. Belgium, have they missed the boat to win the big one?
I think there's certainly an argument to say that defensively it's a worry, because you've got guys like Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, who have been really good players, but they're playing in Belgium. What level are they really playing at? They've not been playing Champions League or anything like that.
Vertonghen was at Benfica, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And he's
gone to Anderlecht, yeah. And Alderweireld's at Antwerp, who are doing well. But again, you look at it and you think...
Too old.
Well, you've got a problem as well in the players that were expected to come up and challenge them hasn't really happened. They've got Zeno de Bast, who's a young player at Anderlecht, but he's got no experience at this level. So that he's unlikely to
Fuchs
really make an
Leicester.
impact. Yeah, Wout Faes at Leicester has made a decent impact for them. And he's a good kind of, he does the basics well defensively.
Your namesake, Kevin, could run it, couldn't he?
This is the issue. So De Bruyne is obviously one of the best midfielders on the planet. Some would say the best. Then you have Eden Hazard. Well, we don't know how fit he is.
Yeah.
He's barely played for Real Madrid, so that's a big concern. Romelu Lukaku's another concern. I'm an enormous fan of his. I think he's brilliant, Lukaku. I think when he's on form, he is a sensational player and so difficult to stop, to keep at arm's length for defenders. But again, he's been in and out with injury. Obviously, at Chelsea, it didn't work out for him. So how close is he to being the best version of himself he can be?
Fancy Belgium, Simon, to win it outright?
No.
Or is the chance gone?
No, I think they had their chance. I think it's gone. But I think they will do better in this tournament than people anticipate, because I think people are writing them off thinking that chance has been and gone.
True.
But
yeah,
I think they'll certainly come out of the group. But how deep they're going to the tournament, I would think they're a quarter-final team at the very best.
Yeah. Who's your two to come out, Martin?
Well, I'm
Group F.
Just 1 second. I'm just going to bring it up, Jim.
Get your chart. Get your
Belgium.
chart.
Just look at the wall charts right in front of you.
You've got a very big chart in front of you.
Belgium, Croatia, Canada, Morocco.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so
who's
coming
your
out?
two to come out? They can't all come out, or is your wall chart telling you
My prediction
otherwise?
is telling me that Belgium will win the group and Croatia come second.
Wow. Okay. What are you using? What device is this? Is this a legal device you're using?
No, it's just me. I was just
It's a blackboard and a piece of
spending
chalk.
time on it
All
over
right.
the last number of weeks and working out who you think is going to be the best winner of this competition.
The thing to say about Belgium, by the way,
Save us.
is they are likely to play either Spain or Germany in the last 16.
Aha.
So that is a tricky one for them. I
Yes.
think they might struggle against either of those.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about Germany, by the way. I do think they are a lot more positive than they were going into the Euros. Hell of a lot more positive than they were going into the last World Cup, which of course was a complete disaster for them.
So a dark horse. If the Germans can be a dark horse.
Well, look, Hansi Flick going in there has made a massive difference.
Yeah.
They've got a clear style, a clear way of playing. It's basically what he did with BeIN to win all of those
Don't
tournaments
Belgium knock
when
Germany
he was
out?
there. I don't think they do. I think the players that Germany have in attack would cause that back line all kinds of problems, because it helps if you have one of the world's best goalkeepers in Thibaut Courtois, so that might keep him in it.
How far are you seeing Germany going then, Kev?
I think there's a potential quarter-final with Brazil, I think, possibly. I don't see Germany winning it, but I think they will perform better than some people think.